Hello everyone and welcome to the Sportiest stream. Man, I have not said that in a very long time. How are you all doing? It has been like a week. It's been over a week of me not being here. I've been focusing on the Ascend Tournament Series mainstream. If you haven't seen that, go to twitch.tv/Ascend_Tournament_Series. I have been streaming there almost every single day. So it's been forever. I have not been here in over a week, but man, it feels good. We're going to be back for a short match though. Here as the individual performance series gets its beginning, and you know, I've been planning. Yeah, I've been planning a lot on getting back here, as well as because it has been such a long time. But we're back, and we've got some action to go through. We actually had a sub from Aiko Wusky earlier today. Thank you, by the way, to Aiko. We'll be watching her playing here tonight. As well, on the other side is Sign Ryan with the follow. Thank you so very much there, Ryan. Man, it has been a very long amount of time off. I've been very active again on my Ascend Tournament Series stream, so this stream has been a little bit abandoned recently, but I'm hoping I can get more streams on it soon enough. But be a very, very fun time here. I'm very much happy to see all this action underway. Yeah, it's Aiko Wusky and Villager. We've seen both these people on the stream before, in 1v1s. In fact, I know Aiko, usually known for her 2s and 3s matches, but we've seen both of them before. Villager, we've seen him in 1s and 2s, and I think even 3s maybe once or twice. Very, very good players, and very fun to see everybody here. Hello, Captain DRC, how you doing? I actually don't remember the last time we even saw Villager. It was back in LOS Champs, which isn't even around anymore. It's been a very long time since we've seen them. I know Aiko, we saw her. Last time I think we saw her play a 1v1 match was when she played against Boltini Rome in a 1v1, which was forever ago. But yeah, it's going to be a fun one here. Both these players very... Well, I know Villager's very good at ones. He's been around for a while. This dude is a ones main. I should say, he's not a ones main. He's the not a ones main. If any of you remember that team name that he used to go by in the past. So, yeah, we've seen him before. Again, it has been a very long time, though. Seen Villager, but again, not had a lot of streams on this channel. Fortunately, we're actually going to be back tomorrow with some cross-progression league action. I've been trying to plan matches for this personal stream for a while. It's just always had issues because I've always had to plan around other things. But for tonight, it's just a short 1v1 in the individual performance league. Actually, the IPS, as it's known, actually plays best of 3s in its regular season. So this is week 1. Both these players just entering this league. Nothing really else to say except let's get into this one. I know these players pretty well, but they 1v1 talent. Well, I know Villager's 1v1 talent pretty well. Aiko is definitely a little new for me. I have not seen her play ones in a while. I know she does it. I know she does play ones, considering that I've seen her do it before, but it's a little bit new to me to see this. A best of 3 1v1 in the IPS Season 1. Part of Division 4, the second lowest division in this league. And IPS opened up literally right as LOS Champs was closing. I actually talked with Candy and Agnew who run this thing, and they mentioned that actually that was not by design. I did not mean to do that. They actually wanted to be a league that would compete with LOS rather than just take over, but obviously circumstances have allowed them to really succeed. Again, this is their first season and they already have a ton of signups, so shoutouts to the IPS. We'll be seeing probably a good amount of matches out of this league, just considering that the regular season matches are best of 3. They're relatively short. It's gonna be a very fun time here as Aiko up by 1 goal already. It's Villager who's having a bit of a tough time controlling himself as Aiko off the corner. Villager gonna be beat again here. Aiko's got a 2nd goal already. And I can't help but notice that Villager actually has a different username. I think he mentioned before the match started that he was gonna be on a slightly different account that was unlinked to his Epic due to some sort of Epic tracker issue. So some sort of epic sign-up issue means he's gonna be actually on his Xbox account, I believe he said. So I believe he usually plays on Epic. Like, at the very least, he's usually connected to Epic. Obviously, seems like there might be some issues here as Aiko looking to take a third goal, and my goodness, that has been some quick shooting from Aiko Wusky. Villager for multiple times has gotten cut going for boost, and it's rare to see a player like Villager get caught doing that, considering he's usually known to be such a smart 1v1 player. But early on in this season, he is maybe a bit rusty. He hasn't had to play ones in a little while. There was a pretty decent break between LOS and the IPS, so Villager trying to get used to things here, and I can tell he's a little bit rusty around the edges as Aiko Wusky didn't even have to challenge there. They're gonna go for yet another shot here. It is a 4-0 lead, and every chance Aiko gets, she's scoring right now. And it is an Aiko Wusky showdown right now. 4 goals straight against Villager. The Villager, who, by the way, is part of Nebula Esports. I want to make sure I mention that. Is the org he represents. Haven't seen him play on Nebula in a little bit, so. But he's always been on the 1v1 side for them. As this is going to be a goal for Villager. There we go. He finally breaks the deadlock. Took him a little while, but he had to punch his way through. A very surprisingly slow start for such a good player. Ready, you see Villager. Look like this. He again. I don't think I've ever seen him. I've seen him lose before, but never seen him in this much of a struggle. But I gotta give credit as well to Aiko. I have not seen her play ones, and she's actually got pretty solid control. The last time we got to see her was against Boltini back when I think she never even played 1v1. She never even touched the mode. I believe she may have won 2-1 in that series. I remember it being a best of 3. I know it at least went to game 3. But I think back then she wasn't really much of a 1v1 player. It was probably maybe 6 to 12 months ago, so it's been a very long amount of time, but obviously she's put some practice in as Villager. Oh, that's a beautiful shot from Villager. No nonsense 1v1, I love this. From these players, just keeping things simple and going immediately for those shots. The shot is always stronger than the defender's movement. Yeah, granted, both these players have recognized that early on in this game as Aiko is probably going to be scored again here. It is. It's another for Villager, and now the difference is only 1 goal. Much tougher now, considering the circumstances, as Villager with a 1 goal difference could potentially make a comeback happen. Because Aiko looked like she might want to go for a play off the corner, but recognized pretty soon that was not going to be a good idea. Very passive right now, Aiko. Until I think a little bit more nervous now that her lead hasn't held. Oh, that's an overcommit. Villager, oh, he should have scored there. That was a wide open chance, and one that Villager should recognize. Aiko completely overcommitted. And I'm very surprised Villager didn't just take his time there and shoot that one. Because he had it. He had all the openings he needed. Aiko gets that challenge in time. Will be Villager who will win it, but able to really keep things on. But Aiko overcommitted. It's going to be a goal for Villager in a tie game because of that. Aiko, you can tell, a lot more nervous now. Way more antsy, way more jumpy, and not nearly as patient as she was before. It's a lot more inconsistent from Aiko Wusky, and you can tell it's going to absolutely cost her some goals here. Villager ties this game up. I think he's had at least 3 goals straight now. Oh, that's going to be one off the kickoff. Aiko will not make a mistake on that one. They'll go back. And, Aiko, really nervous. I can tell. I can't take sides because I'm a moderator in IPS, so it's okay. I mean, it depends what the league believes in that. I don't mind as much. As long as you're impartial, that's all I really care about. But oh, that's an interesting touch from Villager. But the way it works in a lot of leagues, and I'm assuming IPS is the same thing as Aiko gets another one, is that usually moderators who maybe can't be impartial usually aren't able to make decisions concerning certain people. That's true in a lot of leagues. As that's a good shot from Aiko, a very tough angle. And a 2-goal lead now, as reminder, it is only a best of 3 in the regular season, so all you need is just 2 games. It's a very short matchup. It is not a best of 5 like LOS Champs ran. It's shorter, it's quicker, and you gotta be more decisive. You gotta come out of the gate. It relies a lot more on you being able to have such a strong game 1. Aiko again. Oh, that's a horrible challenge. Villager he's taking his sweet time getting to that ball, and it's gonna be some space that he can work with. And I don't know why Villager didn't have a sense of urgency there. Again, Aiko overcommitted on a challenge, and it's not the first time she's done that, but it's also not the first time that she's done that, and Villager has just not been willing to actually shoot the ball. Again, a surprisingly lackluster performance for such a good 1v1 player. Again, a lot of it is also just Aiko having a very solid offense. I mean, she is 8 for 11 right now. It's about like a 76% shooting accuracy or something like that. It's somewhere around that. An impressive shooting average. It's a 73% average, so actually closer than I thought it was in that. I'm happy with that, as Aiko now actually doubling the output of Villager at this point. This little clear away. Less than a minute to go. Aiko, all she has to do is just not give up a pretty substantial lead. In fact, she might even add to this one. Looking for 9. That shot's not very good, and oh, Villager nearly missed it. Aiko will take it to the side wall. I think this is going to be a solo effort. If I had to guess, off the ceiling she goes. Second touch. Aiko, is it in? Oh, it just went wide. Aiko nearly had what might have been her best goal of her career. I've seen a lot of goals from Aiko. She's definitely not one to go for a flash. She's definitely not one to decide against flashy things, but I haven't seen that from her. A ground double tap. Something that I've seen from Aiko before. She's one for air dribbles. She's definitely one for dribbles, but not really double tap stuff. I haven't really seen that from Aiko. It will be cleared away though by Villager. No more goals at the end of this game. Aiko Wusky will take an 8-4 game 1 victory. Now again, it's a best of 3, so now only 1 game away from taking a win. Her first win in her first series of the individual performance series is. We'll keep things going smoothly here. Again, because it's a best of 3, it's a short matchup. The games like these really do matter. And for Villager, extremely lackluster. I'm surprised that he didn't do more, and I felt like there was opportunities he had. Aiko overcommitted a lot going into offense, so I'm really surprised Villager didn't take advantage of that, because, again, for a player as good as Villager, he recognizes those things. He's definitely not a player who doesn't recognize those. So, definitely a bit of a surprise to me, but we go into game 2. There's still time left in the series. Anything can happen. Momentum's a real thing in this in ones, and these games are usually quite long, so these players have a lot to prove still, as Aiko looking for the sweep here in her first matchup of the season. Villager looking for the reverse sweep now. Aiko getting chased from behind here. Will immediately head back. Actually doesn't get the boost. Won't need it though, just to shoot this one on. Villager. Oh, he's missed it! Oh, I thought Villager was gonna have that one. Oh boy. And Villager knows he messed up too, because that's relatively routine. A relatively lobbed shot, and he just undershot it. He had the angle, he had the trajectory, just undershot the jump. And that is a bad time to make that mistake. Aiko up by 1 earlier. We saw last game, Aiko started off with, I think, four goals straight, so definitely the last person you want to give that kind of lead to again, considering she did it last game, and Never really lost it from there. Now she's waiting. This is a waiting game now. As Aiko, gonna tank that challenge from Villager. Get around the corner, a very slow move though, but a dunk instead! I don't know how Aiko scored on that. I have no clue how Aiko got the goal there. As, well, I'm still confused how she did, because that looked like a dunk that was gonna hit the front post and go out. But it works for Aiko Wusky. Again, I am impressed with her 1v1 performance, considering the last time I saw her, it was not very good. It was a fun series, because I think we had like a 3-minute overtime, but if you know anything about ones, overtime shouldn't be lasting 3 minutes. I think it was like games based on like a scoreline of like 3-2 or something like that. It was not great the last time I saw Aiko in 1v1s, but she's really turned it around. She's played a lot more, I can tell. And I guess I shouldn't be that surprised, considering her playstyle is one there. She really puts a lot of trust in her own abilities. But very impressive, to say the very least, here against Villager. I mean, it feels like the first time I've really seen Villager lost in a 1v1 match. Like, there's a reason why I always tout Villager, because he always seems to be, well, you can say in it, but he really does feel lost in this game right now, as Aiko, once again, taking a 4-goal lead early. I mean, poor Villager. I mean, he is just being put through it right now. And I really don't know what else to say about this. I just feel terrible for him. I have to assume that today may have been an off day for him, but it also just might be a day that Aiko just is playing so much better right now. I mean, seriously, put Villager cannot seem to stop that offense. It is 5 for 5. And Aiko off to an even better start than she had in Game 1, which I didn't think was even going to happen this year. I didn't think that was very possible. But she's proven it here. Span of 90 seconds, it is 5 goals on one side. And maybe it's the cat ears. Maybe it's the cat ears that does it. Clear it away. Go. I get the little play on the Villager, but he's gonna have the dunk there, and Villager will put one in himself. So almost 2 minutes of gameplay, and now he'll get his first goal of Game 2. And Aiko Wusky, I have to tread a little bit more carefully here. I mean, it's still a 4-goal lead, but we've seen comebacks from this position. Oh, but I guess it won't matter that much. Aiko's already scored. Off the kickoff. Aiko with another one. And, oh boy. Poor Villager hit. You know, just when you thought you maybe had a little glimmer of hope, Aiko snatches it away. And this is proving to be quite a strong start for one and quite a troublesome start for another in our debut match for the individual performance series. Shoutouts to the sponsor in the IPS and Yukio Esports, another sponsor in the Sun Tournament Series. They sponsor our Yukio Esports Catalyst Cup, so shoutouts to them who are running this amazing 1v1 league. Definitely a fan of 1v1s. If you guys have ever seen my stream, you know I love 1v1s. We've had a ton of 1v1 show matches in the past, ton of 1v1 money matches. But it's always fun to get to see a 1v1 league run at the exact same time as the challenge against Villager. Villager still with this one as Aiko off the sidewall. Light touch, follow through. It will be kept out initially, but another giveaway touch there in Villager. In an awkward position, no boost to the work with, and not a lot of room as well, but he's able to pick up some boost. Can't get them on Aiko though. Now he's the one who's getting bumped out of the play. Aiko continuing just to take these challenges one after the other. Villager doesn't seem to have room, and he's going for a lot of pump plays right now. But Aiko's gonna beat him to the back wall. Double! Aiko Wusky! Oh, she's peaked! Aiko Wusky with a double tap! And I mentioned before, this is not something I see her do. Well, she must have heard me, because that's immediately what she goes for. And that could not have been any better. A beautiful strike. Inside the final 2 minutes. And Aiko Wusky is showing up. My goodness. At this point, Aiko, she doesn't even want goals anymore. She's happy with a 7-1 lead. A little fake. I think that might have been a fake flip reset. At the very least, it beats Villager on the challenge. Just now she goes again. Delayed. Shot all just across the net. Aiko doing that kind of figure 8 pattern that we see so many players on offense do, where you go corner to corner. Boost pad's a boost pill. And you can tell it's tearing Villager apart. He just cannot keep up right now. He's running out of boost way too early. And anytime he runs out of boost, he can't challenge. Aiko is taking down his challenge game, as that's going to be a potential goal back. Oh, it's going to be one back. Perfect kickoff for Villager. And he's just hanging in there right now. A glimmer of hope once again. I saw it earlier, but it was immediately taken away by an Aiko Wusky kickoff goal. Here's another one for Villager. Does he have any hope now with only 70 seconds left? That kickoff's not going to be helpful, as Aiko run up on this, but oh wow, that was very hesitant from Aiko. A first major mistake from her, other than those overcommits earlier, but this one was really countered. It looked like Aiko just gonna stop moving. She didn't know if she wanted to go for it or not. And that indecisiveness will kill you in ones. 2s and 3s, you can get away with it. You have players behind you, but in that position, you have no one behind you in ones. You either choose if you're gonna go for it or not, and stick to it. Like Aiko initially decided not to go for it, which I think would have been the right decision there, but and looked like she may have wanted to go for it and then realized she couldn't go for it. Again, very indecisive, which again not going to help you much in ones, but fortunately for Aiko, she's got a pretty heavy cushion. She's going to mind giving up a single goal to Villager. As now around the back wall, Villager have a piece of this one. Aiko, a little pop in front. Villager will miss the challenge here. Oh, he's going to get the save on this anyways. Aiko, very poor recovery. Will fortunately not have a easy play for Villager to make, as now he goes off the back wall. Chance to shoot. We'll take another. Villager's going to catch up a little bit more, but he is just taking too much time for every single goal. 12 seconds to go, and 4 goals down. Villager is almost certainly not coming back at this point. Aiko, who may have kind of started to give up a little bit more to Villager at the end of this series, doesn't really care. Another strong performance, another strong game, and a very strong start to their season. That won Game 2. Aiko Wusky, we have not seen play 1v1s in a very long time, has absolutely improved since I've last seen her. I am pleasantly surprised. I think Aiko pretty well to be a player that had that individual capabilities, but I didn't know she was, you know, this strong of a 1v1 player. I gotta give credit. She's definitely put some effort into it, I can tell. She's really kind of grinded that 1v1 game mode. But a player like Villager usually is able to keep up with anyone. He had no chance against Aiko Wusky tonight. A 2-0 sweep for Aiko. And it is, well, impressive to say the very least. 2-0 for Aiko. And for Villager, who himself is usually so well known for his 1v1 ability, see him silenced like that. Very impressive here. Apollo's actually, no, Villager's actually playing on PC. He usually plays on Xbox. He actually usually plays on Xbox, playing on PC tonight. Villager immediately afterwards said he's blaming it on the fact that he's playing on a PC and not an Xbox like he usually does. I love it, but yeah, for Villager, a tough night for him. Russ, what an impressive performance from Aiko Wusky. That is the last person I expect to see step up on 1v1s like this, but credit to her. Very impressive. Here's, we're gonna get a little interview here with Aiko afterwards, and oh, well, she's already joined. That's quick, Aiko. How you doing? Welcome in, a 2-0 sweep. Last time we saw you play 1v1s was probably between 6 and 12 months ago when you played Boltini Rome, if you remember that on this stream. And that 1v1 I think was big because you weren't really a 1v1 player back then. Obviously, you're a 1v1 player now. I can tell from your playstyle. 2-0 sweep for Villager, who is very well known for being a 1v1 based player. That's an impressive performance. How are you feeling?
A little more relieved, more so. I kind of would like haven't played ones in a good while, so wasn't expecting to perform as well as I did.
I was gonna say you looked incredible out there. You look like a seasoned 1v1 player, and I know that we haven't seen you in a while. But I can tell. And I can assume you've been really grinding that playstyle, haven't you?
I've been I played like 2 1v1 games, I think like 2 days ago.
Oh,
When
okay, fair enough.
me and Villager got this scheduled, I played against one of my friends who's more of a lower ranked player, but it was actually really helpful to me, it seems.
Putting the effort in, and with it being a best of three, a very short series, and you know as well how short 1v1 matchups, and often really rely on that first game performance. Talk to me out of the gate, 4 goals unanswered. That's not common in 1v1 games, especially early on. Talk to me kind of your thought process through that, because that was well, that was, I think, unexpected. Rarely do you see people get off to that strong a start that early. But talk to me about it. That starting game one, just getting off to such a strong start. What what did you do to kind of get yourself there?
Uh, I think for the most part, I kind of just tried to read his kickoff and try to play like a counter kickoff to where I can have the ball in a position to where I can just score. If not, then just try to find flaws in his gameplay to try to get open nets.
I mean, you definitely did it. It was definitely a game where you did win on kickoffs, but even more so, your offense was just very strong. Although this is a 2-0 sweep, so you get to start off your season well. It's a 4-week season too. It's a very short season, by the looks of it. Not that many matches before you would be going to top 8 actually of the 12 team. You make playoffs in your division, so um, I mean, it's going to be important for you to make playoffs, but you're off to a good start. Again, you have 4 weeks, 4 matches, 4 best-of-3s. It's not a lot of matchups, but you're off to a good start. Talk to me kind of your thought process going into this season, because there's a good amount of players here that will be competing for that. You can have some tough matchups. What's your thought process like, kind of, now that you've gotten a win in week 1, to continue doing this for your next 3 weeks, and then into the playoff bracket?
Well, I would like to continue to grind ones more and especially try to improve my gameplay because there were times where obviously I had the 4-0 start in game one, but then he came back 4 unanswered. So I know I need to fix some things, and I also have some other players, some other friends actually, that I want to try to 1v1 against, try to see if I can improve myself a lot more.
That practice in, and one of the best ways just getting good at 1v1, as you said, is just to play that game. So figure out its little intricacies. It's such a strange game mode nowadays because it's so very much disconnected everything from 2s and 3s. But you get a win here, a 2 sweep over Villager2781, which again, I'm surprised. I've seen Villager a lot in my time. He almost always wants to get me to stream his matchups. I'm very impressed, to say the very least, because he is not a player who usually is that lost. Obviously, you're doing something right when even Villager, it looks scared. So, congratulations to you. A huge performance, a 2-0 sweep, a very deserved win as well, considering how you played out. And congratulations on victory. Before you leave, though, you have any shoutouts, anything else you want to say? Anybody out there that you want to thank that has supported you here in your 1v1 career, that it has to progress?
Um, I don't really have any. The only shadow I really have is you for casting the match,
I
obviously,
appreciate that.
and I do appreciate also. ATS has been going pretty well, and I've been enjoying seeing the matches going on in there. And
Oh, no 1v1, though. I'm sorry, we don't have a 1v1.
yeah,
Or at least you could potentially apply for caster position in IPS.
I was offered but declined.
Fair enough. It is. Fair enough. It's a league with a lot of matches and a lot of. Uh, it's definitely it's a fun league though. I think again with how you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off though. You have anybody else you want to add into that or?
No, that was it.
Oh, okay, I'm happy. I didn't cut you off. your shout out section there. Congratulations on your win, Aiko Wusky. 2-0 sweep over Villager. Congratulations on your win. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you, and you too, as well as stream.
And I was Aiko Wusky joining in a 2-0 sweep over Villager2781. As I said, it was gonna be a short start to this stream again, but it was nice to be back, everybody. We are gonna get a raid out here, end our stream, end our later tonight. Actually, very soon we're gonna be going to the Ascent Tournament Series mainstream, so we have some Apex Cup action. Team XL gonna be playing on stream. So, fun time, very fun series. But for now, take care. Have a great night. We're gonna go into the ATS mainstream soon, but we'll see you guys there in just about 30 minutes from now. So go around, go to the Ascent Tournament Series stream, Ascent_Tournament_Series, and we'll see you then.